Mary is a woman of church involvement. And I know for her it was a synagogue. So for instance, it says it was a regular custom of Jesus to go to the synagogue. Well, where did he learn that? He learned that from his parents. It also, like on verse 22 of chapter 2, Luke 2, verse 22. When the time came for the purification rites required by the law of Moses, Joseph and Mary took Jesus to Jerusalem to do what? Present him to the Lord. I love that. Joseph and Mary love the Lord, and they're going to dedicate their child to God. Godly women are like, no, God gave me this child. It's not my child. And I'm going to give this child back to the Lord and dedicate him for my child to come to know Jesus and to be used by the Lord. The rest of the verse 23, as it is written in the law of the Lord, every firstborn male is to be consecrated to the Lord and to offer a sacrifice in keeping with what is said in the law of the Lord, a pair of doves or 2 young pigeons. Now, I was going to show you, but we don't have time. But Leviticus 12, a woman on her 40th day after giving birth to a son had to offer a sacrifice for the purification of the flow of her blood, and then she was able to go to synagogue or back to the temple. Now, if you read Leviticus 12, it will tell you that the woman and the father were to offer a 1-year-old male lamb. But at the end of the instructions, it goes, now, if you're poor and you cannot afford a lamb, and you would have to be very poor, then you are allowed to offer either 2 doves or 2 pigeons. In Luke, it says they offered the 2 doves or the 2 pigeons. By the way, any bird watchers here? Any bird experts? No one. No one's a bird? Okay. Oh, we got what? Ethan. Oh, Gordon.
I'm not an expert. I've watched them.
You've watched them. Close enough. What's the difference between doves and pigeons? The color. You see, he's an expert. That they are actually the same bird. The only difference is their color. But it's the same bird, same scientific species. It's just we love doves and we hate pigeons. But it's the same ones. Doves are like, ha, 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 I'm a pigeon too. So Mary and Joseph, this is why we believe, by the way, the wise men had not appeared yet. Because they give Mary and Joseph some money that we think Joseph uses to flee to Egypt when King Herod is going to kill all the babies. But before that occurs, they are so broke that they have to offer the 2 doves or the 2 pigeons. So I don't know how I got sidetracked this week when I was studying this, but I was reminiscing about Robin and I. Now I have to back up and tell you this. So I'm on the site, and I noticed, it was in the news, I guess, first, that there are 1,500 dating apps. Okay, praise God, they didn't exist when I was growing up. Dating apps was the pastor of the church trying to set you up. Okay, so the dating apps there's 1,500 of them, and most of them ask, what kind of money do you make? Or if they don't ask that, they go, what is your career? So that way, you know, like if you put down, I'm a doctor, you know, like, oh, lawyer, you know. I was like, well, what's the poor careers? You know, I was like thinking, a plumber? No, the plumbers might be richer than the doctors today. Everything's like upside down. You can't how do you even tell anymore? But anyway, Then so in this news article, it was talking about the women who are looking for a match, and it was saying, look, you can fall in love with a rich man just as easily as a poor man. So eliminate the poor men and we've helped you because they all have their salaries. Eliminate them and only date the rich men. You with me? Well, I don't know why the hair on my neck goes up. When I met my wife, I was a lowly, broke pastor. And I said to my wife, dear, I don't know if I called you dear then, but honey bun, I don't know what. I didn't call you honey bun, so I know. If you marry me, I am broke. We were both broke. We were in the negative, if you understand that. We owed more money. If you marry me, I am a broke pastor, and I truly did believe this for 10 years at least. I'm always going to be a broke pastor, because pastors are always broke, okay? And I had no idea about how the Lord can multiply blessings to a minister, okay? And guess what my wife said, even when I said to her, we're going to be broke? You know what she did? Do you think she still married me? She loved me for me. She loved me for me and our walk with Jesus. And it was just, I just find it tough, like, there's motives. Anyway, it just reminds me, Joseph and Mary were married. And it wasn't because Joseph was rich or Mary had a great inheritance or whatever. It's nice when you're young and you don't have anything and you're just in love because of who you are and not because of what you're going to have in the future or something like that. So